Hello, ladies and gents. Welcome back to the returning Panthers Pit. I know we've been gone for a bit. Sorry about that. Just been a little busy with schoolwork and everything. I'm going to be graduating from college, get my bachelor's in communications soon, so I have a couple finals I have to take care of. You kids know how it is. And we're coming off, Panther Collectibles is coming off of a tremendous event yesterday, the Bazaar. We had a line stretching across the store for people to meet the creators of the Living Dead dolls. We sold out of all 4 of our Chucky and Tiffany box sets for the Living Dead dolls, so that was really well done. So I want to thank everyone who showed up yesterday. Granted, it could have been better, but again, the snow, it was snowing, and so we understood everyone who couldn't make it out here. But however, keep in store, keep in tune, because we're going to have more events, because it was a blast yesterday. We all had a ball. Everyone here had a ball. And I personally want to thank the 2 creators of Living Dead dolls. I'm going to keep saying that because I don't remember your guys' names. I apologize for that one, but if you ask anyone who knows me, they will tell you I am terrible with names. Absolutely hideous. But I want to thank both you guys. I want to thank a very cool vendor, both our vendors who are here. There's one gentleman who sells posters, who's going to be working with us during Monster Mania. He was awesome, so I want to thank him for showing up. I also want to thank Jesselyn, one of my regular customers, who came in and she was selling off prints of her work, and very talented artist, very talented. I really do expect to see big things coming from her soon. I really do. We want to thank everyone who's here. And now, I'm sure you guys sitting there going, Mike, what do you got on your table here? Well, right now we got. I have nothing new. We have no new products in at the moment. We're gonna hopefully get more inventory in soon. Knock on wood. So what I would like to do is show off some stuff that you guys may not know we have, or may have forgotten we had. So and I know you guys are probably saying, wow, Mike, actually, you've already shown the Spider Gremlin thing 2 weeks ago, after your last episode, whenever it was aired, and I remember it, but you don't probably. All right, let's settle down there, ham bones. You're very true, but how can I not put this on my table? It is beautiful. It is literally, as I said before, if I had room where I live, this thing would be in my house right now. But I don't have room where I live. So, but I do want to show off just some really high detailed busts, and I'm going to do this quick, and there's give you some insert shots so you guys get better detail looks at this in a second. But I'll start off with the Deadpool core right here. Deadpool, very popular Marvel comic. Sort of some out of the blue because he's been around since the 90s, and suddenly I know I'm like, I love Deadpool. Deadpool is awesome, and I love Deadpool too, guys. So again, calm down, fanboys. I don't know where it came up. One day he was a popular niche character. Next thing I know, he's everywhere. So I don't know, but we do have the complete core. Well, most of them. We have Kid Pool, we have Dog Pool, we have Head Pool with spinny beanie top, and we have Squirrel Pool. Now, these guys are set, and they also come with weapons for a Deadpool bust, which we do not have in the store, but we're trying to get him in because it's an awesome looking bust. So, if you want the whole box, the whole box is about 200-ish. I don't remember the exact price off the top of my head, but it's 200-ish. But however, each little guy by themselves, let's say you just want Kid Pool or Head Pool, because I think Head Pool's pretty sweet. These guys individually are about $40 individually. And I know that may seem more pricey, but you can't tell. These guys are solid. These are solid works, and they're highly detailed. And what we did was just took the total and divided by 4. So that's how we got what they're gonna be individually. So right here we have, for all you Firefly fans, we have a statue of Kaylee by wow, I just blanked on who made this. I'm looking around the box. This is by parents. Hide your kids' ears. This is by a company called Big Damn Heroes. At least that's what the box says. But this is a stylized version of Kaylee. She's sitting on the, as you see, she's sitting on the engine of the Serenity itself, and she's chewing on a strawberry, which if you guys remember the show, she got that from Shepherd Book in the first episode. Now, right here, we got Khaleesi, we have Daenerys Targaryen, an awesome bust. It's, she has the dragon on her shoulder. You guys can't see it, and again, I'll zoom in on this in a bit, but the detail work is, like the woodwork, on the details of the woodwork is amazing. The dragon's highly detailed, and I'll turn this around a little bit, but and you can see like the braid, the detail on the braid is amazing as well. And it's a great likeness, like it's spot on. And she's only about, I want to say 70, and I could be highly wrong. She'd be 100 something. Again, I don't have our prices off my head right now. These are for most of them. A few of them I do, but not most of them. Now, however, right next to her is a White Walker. Very scary looking. But he's really cool as well. You can see he's highly detailed. Now, I know for a fact he's $100. I know that because I'm looking right at the box. And even though most people don't think I could see the price tag from that far away, I have pretty good eyes, which is amazing for a man my age. I still have awesome 20/20 vision. But there he is, he's pretty good. And last but not least, we have who, in my opinion, is the most polarizing of all Doctor's companions. That being Miss Amy Pond over there. Again, a great likeness. Looks just like the actress whose name I just blanked on. Wow, I stink today, guys. I am terrible. And I'm sure you guys are going to send me messages. Well, the actress's name is blah, 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 blah. And I know her name is just not coming to the data banks at the moment. And I'll probably remember as soon as I turn off the camera, like, oh, it's da. Or even during the middle of the show, if I just stop and go, it's, that's what happened. But you can tell it's a great likeness of Amy Pond. And I'll bring these guys to your attention, of course, because I think they're really awesome looking, and I only have one left of each. Well, no, I'm sorry. Kaylee, I have a few left. I have about 4 or 5 of Kaylee. I only got one Daenerys, I only have one White Walker, and I have one Amy Pond. Karen Gillian. See, I told you. Karen Gillian. That's her real name. Aha! See, I told you it was going to happen. I know. I started talking about something else, all of a sudden, knocked the thought loose. See? Told you. But anywho, so, as I said, I only had one. Amy Pond was sold the second day the store was open. Our second White Walker was sold. Like he wasn't even in the store long. We had 2 of them in. We put them on our eBay store, and then literally just boom, gone. Daenerys, however, we only had one of her left. She's been here for a bit, and that amazes me honestly because she's like the most popular character in the show. At least one of the most popular characters in the show. It's an awesome bust. It really is. It's tremendous. And Kaylee, got a few of Kaylee, but she's been going pretty good on our eBay store. So I really think these are worth everyone's attention to come on in, check them out, and just pick one up. And pick one up now before they're gone, because once they're gone, we're probably never going to get them back in. But also, if you buy some of these busts, it will then entice us to buy more statues, to bring in more statues and busts, which is going to be a question I'm going to pose to you, guys and gals, my followers in the pit. What would you like to see? Like what kind of statues and/or busts would you like for us to bring in? Because you notice we don't have any superhero ones, but if let's say I'm as you guys can see, giant Superman fan as always. If you know me, you know that. So I would love to see a Superman bust in here myself. But I've seen some gorgeous ones personally. However, if there any sort of Spider-Man, Batman, Hulk, Joker, Harley Quinn, whatever. Now, keep in mind, only give us your ideas for at least for the busts, if you plan on coming in and buy them. Because, and I'll say this in a way, because if someone says, hey Mike, I would really think it'd be awesome if you got in a bust of Goku from Dragon Ball Z. Let's just, for instance. And we brought one in. And no one comes in and buys the darn thing. And it sits there for a while. Well, then that's a waste of a suggestion. Now, however, if someone says, Mike, bring in a bust of Sailor, bring in like a statue of Sailor Moon. And we bring it in and someone buys it, and like whoever suggests it buys it. You know, come on, you know, that's a worthwhile investment. And not only that, but if you suggest something, like any kind of statue or bust that you want, you can always come on into the store, put a down payment on it, not a big one, you can put down just like $10. Put it in, come on in, put your money down, and then once that statue comes in, we're only getting one or two anyway, that's all we ever get. So once the bus comes on in, guess what? You're already guaranteed one. And then you just come on in and pay it off at your leisure. For those who don't know, we do have a layaway program. It's again, same thing, just come on in, put money down, and keep coming back once in a while, until finally it's paid off. It's, you know, that's basically what our program is. We're very laid back about it. Let me see here. What else do I got to say? Oh, I forgot our usuals. If you'd like to connect with the store, follow us on Facebook. It would be facebook.com/Panther Collectibles. If you'd like to follow us on Twitter, we are at Panther Collect. Pardon me, still getting it over a cold. And you know, if you want to follow us on Instagram, we post there. We post on Instagram quite often. If you want to follow us on there, or if you want to share pictures, our Instagram is Panther Collectibles. We're also on the Tumblrs. On Tumblr, and again, it's Panther Collectible, or Panther Collectibles. So, just, you know, look us up, connect with us. Well, I love hearing from customers, our guests, pardon me. And, you know, I'm on our Facebook, like I'm the guy who runs our Facebook page. So, you know, if you're ever talking to someone on Facebook from the store, you're talking to me. Every single time, it's me. So please, send us any thoughts, opinions, suggestions, phones going off, whatever you like. Just send them in. I will reply as quick as possible. And yeah, I mean, I personally like having that back and forth with our guests. Be it our regulars, our new guests, our future guests. If someone just kind of stumbles upon our page or hears about us, please come on in. And I'm not saying this just because I work here, but I truly believe this. I truly believe that we are the most unique store in Pittman. Not just in Pittman, I think we're the most unique store in the Pittman, Glassboro, Deptford area. And I say that, and people say, well, why do I say all South Jersey? Well, because I haven't been all around South Jersey. I haven't. So, you know, there could be a great store in the most southern tip of South Jersey. I was trying to make up a city name, but nothing was coming up. So, I mean, I don't know. I mean, I do know, however, that when you come in, and this is a guarantee, when you come into my store, you'll be treated fairly, quickly, and in a way that you will walk out of here with a smile on your face, whether you have an item or not. I like to say our sales force doesn't care about that the employees, you know, we're not always in here just to make sure you walk out with a sale. I like to say that, but the employees we have is me. Pardon me. But, and as much as I like to see people walk out here with items, and not just because, you know, it helps pay the bills, but also because I feel that if you come into my store and you walk out with something, you know, even if it's an item not just for you, maybe it's an item for your kid or for a friend or a girlfriend or boyfriend, whatever. You know, I mean, no matter, even if it's just a minor sale like a dollar comic, but let's say that comic you bought from my store now then gets the person you bought it for into comics. To me, that's worth it. That is awesome. That's how I started reading comics, honestly. Not all of them. That's how I started reading Superman comics. I was always a Superman fan ever since I was a kid. I legitimately just was obsessed with the Christopher Reeve movies. Still am. You can ask my girlfriend. And one day, this was many moons ago, kids. So I had to ride a Brontosaurus to work. Went to school, and we had the tablets we were using in school were actually stone tablets we had to carve into. Anyway, there used to be a comic book shop in Woodbury, in the Southwood Shopping Center called 1,000 Comics. And I went in there one day, and the owner of the store, who would spend hours with me, just telling me stories and comic book, the history of comics, the storylines, and I was fascinated. But he one day, like I was talking to him, and he went into his lot of back issues, and he pulled out an issue of Superman. And I wish I could say I knew exactly what the number was, but I don't. I do know. I remember the cover, and I was amazed by it because Superman is not on the cover. It is it's a Superman comic book. Superman himself was not on the cover of his own comic book, which I thought was just weird. And the comic cover had two superheroes who I never heard of. One guy in a yellow and blue costume called Guardian. Another guy in a red and black costume called Gangbuster, and they were like fighting each other. And I had no idea what was going on, and I read it. The issue ends on a cliffhanger when Guardian swings his shield. He kind of has like a Captain America-esque shield. Swings it at Gangbuster, slashing him across the chest, and Guardian's like, dude, no, I'm sorry, whatever, because it could kill him. And then he stops and goes, what? And then Gangbuster looks down his chest, and he's like, and then it ends at a cliffhanger, so you ask me what is Guardian seeing. Now, I'm not going to say what the cliffhanger, what the resolution is, because it may be some of you guys are going to go and to a local comic shop and look it up. And again, I'll find out what the issue number is, and I'll put it in the description section for this. Or you'll probably see it running across the screen right now. I'll probably say something like, it's Superman issue number blah blah blah, you schmuck. Which, that's fair. But that comic got me hooked. And I started reading, and I started reading Superman. I went from Superman to Batman. So if I could do that for someone here, and I have, our first or second day open, a young boy came in, and he was checking things out. He made a few purchases. Well, his mom made a few purchases, let's be honest. But he's a cool kid, and we had up on our wall, we had an issue of, was it Secret Wars #1? And he was just kind of eyeballing it, and I just took it down off the wall and handed it to him. Said, here you go, buddy. And he took it home. And the next couple of days, I think the next week, his mom came in and said thank you. It was very nice, and now he wants to read more comics, and which I think is awesome. I truly love comic books. We want to do more events. Yesterday, our Bizarre Bazaar proved to me that that's probably the way we should go, is to have weekly events, screenings, television screenings. So, as of right now, to my customers, to my guests, this is a call to arms for everybody, for all my regulars, and you know who you are. Face plant. Monkey, Glitter, Ginger, Batgirl, Goth Emily, Fluffy, Goth Emily's friend Steph, all of you, Joker, the Joker's boyfriend, or guy Joker was with last time I saw her, the hippie girl with the Pepsi logo pin, and her boyfriend who came in the store this week. Anyone, if you've been to my store and you enjoyed yourselves, this is a call to action for you. Or if you've never been into my store, but you like the show, or you've bought from us online, whatever. Our event that happened yesterday, in my opinion, went well. The owner didn't think so because we had cancellations and not people showed up. But I think it went well because the people who did show up, they had a great time. And you know, we did really good in sales. But we could have done better. And we promoted the heck out of this thing, as much as we knew how. So I am asking for you guys to raise, for lack of a better term, the Panther Army. And this is what I would like, everyone. When I put a link of an event on Facebook, please share it on your timeline. Share it on Instagram. Share it on Twitter. Share it wherever you can. We do it, and I do it as much as possible. But we need your help. I want this store, I want everyone to know about the store. I want people to come into this place as much as possible. I want, not just to keep our doors open, but I want people to understand the joy of coming in through those two doors, how much fun they can have coming into my store. And I know this sounds self-serving, kind of egotistical because I'm the only one who works the store, really. But since I'm also the only one who works the store, I'm the one who knows everybody. I'm the one who knows Faceplant. I'm the one who knows Ginger. I'm the one who knows Monkey. I've spent time with everybody. Everyone knows me. People come in, they laugh, they have a good time, and that's what I want. I want people, everyone to know that when you walk in through those doors, sale or no sale, when you leave, you're going to leave with a smile on your face. I work hard for that. I pride myself on customer service. I pride myself on guest first. I pride myself on making people come in a better mood. Sorry, I'm trying again, but I have, pause right there. I pride myself on the fact that when a guest comes into my store, they're in one mood, but when they leave, guaranteed that they're in a better mood. Guaranteed that they're smiling. Guaranteed they are satisfied, whether or not they made a purchase. Now, when they make a purchase, I want them to leave knowing full well that they made the right purchase at the right store, and it was worth it. It was worth the trouble of getting here. It was worth however much they had to pay. And which, by the way, we were cheaper than any store around. I made sure of that. But they got more than an item. They walked out with a good story. They walked out with a happy child. They walked out knowing that people in this store care. That I am not just a person behind the counter who doesn't care about them, who is like a lot of other people in retail who's just like, yeah, how you doing? Well, no. I want people to know that. I want people to experience that for themselves in my store. So please, guys and gals, spread the word. Join the Army. Been watching Supernatural on the Netflix, and I love the Supernatural show. So this is our weekly discussion. And I know, just in case you guys hear, well, it's not really weekly. I've been off for 3 weeks. Shut up. I'm aware of that. But I'm going to move the topic from Doctor Who to Supernatural, because I know there's quite a few Supernatural fans as well. And I've been watching a lot of what I call the funny episodes. I just finished the one where Sam and Dean wind up in our reality, where Supernatural is a TV show. I think that episode's really funny. Before that, I watched the episode where Sam is stuck in like a Groundhog's Day and he keeps having to see Dean die over and over again. And I know it doesn't start off funny, but to me that episode's hilarious. And the episode I stopped watching before I came to the store, which I'll probably start watching as soon as I'm filming this, is the episode where Sam and Dean are basically stuck in, lack of a better term, TV land, where they keep going through genres of different shows. And I find that episode hilarious too. So my question for you guys and gals is, what's your favorite, what do you think is the funniest episode and or moment in Supernatural? And I break it up for a reason. Like, let's say, like for me personally, a whole episode would be funny. The episode where Dean is caught with a fear virus. To me, that's the funniest episode of the entire series. But there are also funny bits. Anything involving Dean and Charlie, played by Felicia Day, I think is just gold. I think they have really good chemistry, and I think they're really funny. And I kind of like Dean who's stuck with a woman who's very much like him in a lot of aspects, and I think that's funny. I also like Castiel talking to Ruby about, not Ruby, I'm sorry, talking to Meg about the pizza man. That kills me. So again, there are bits, and there are also episodes that are just flat out funny. So tell me what your favorite funny bits, what your favorite funny episode. Please, I want to know. I really am. I'm curious. And on the flip side of that, and it's going to be, I'm going to put a spoiler alert. Try that again. I'm going to put a spoiler alert for this one because it's going to be the saddest moment of Supernatural. Right? There are times where I believe there should be a statute of limitations on spoilers. Like the moment that to me is the saddest happened 2 seasons ago. And if you're not caught up by now, well, I'm sorry. So I'm not going to go into full detail of what it was, but I'm going to say the saddest moment for me is Supernatural. And I didn't cry. I did tear up. I didn't cry though. I'm not saying this because, oh man, don't cry. Yeah, shut up. That's bullcrap. I just didn't cry. There's some tears up. And all I'm going to say is Bobby. And if you watch the show, if you're caught up on it, you know what I mean. Just Bobby. That got me a little bit. Which to me shows the power of the show, because I don't tend to cry a lot, honestly, during watching anything, just because they're not real characters. Like I'm emotionally invested to a degree, but not too much, because I know they're alive in real life, and it's weird. However, there are changes, like I said before, with David Tennant's regeneration episode, Doctor Who. I cried like 4 times. Oh, it was terrible. So I do cry at times. I do, and to me, if I'm that emotionally invested into a character or an actor, because with Tennant, it wasn't just because it was like I loved his version of the Doctor. It was because it was his last episode. And I loved him. Like I connected with him. I still think he's a great actor. So I didn't want him to go. I really didn't. I didn't want him to see him leave at all. So yeah, I wept. Oh, wept. But Bobby, I love Bobby. I didn't want to see anything bad happen to Bobby. I really didn't. But with Bobby, I teared up because they did it really well. So again, what is your sad moment? Or either saddest episode? I said moment because there's not really a whole lot of sad episodes in Supernatural. I don't think there's sad moments, but there's not a whole gut-wrenching episode where you're just like, oh, I hate you. So no, I would like to know what moment made you reach your climax? I'm curious. And on a side note, this is for the ladies and for the dudes too. Who's sexier, Sam or Dean? I'm just curious. Just curious on where the fandom lies on that one. I really am. And for those you're going to ask, I know they'll be playing comments like, well, who do you think sexy? Honestly, I'm a Dean guy. I really like Dean. I think Jensen Ackles is an awesome actor. I like the way Dean's just. I like his attitude. Sam's been annoying me for the last couple seasons. So yeah, I think Dean makes me laugh. He's funny. He has got a good personality, and so there. So I'm just curious. So please, that's one of your homework. So you have 3 homework assignments this week, kids. 1, form and join the Panther Army. Help promote us. Help us get more people in the door. You know, this is your store too. You should want to see us succeed as much as I do. 2nd, name our new mascot. Whoever, you know. 3, supernatural, funniest moment or episode, saddest moment or episode, and who's sexier, Sam or Dean. Just curious. Last but not least, before I head off, so I don't know when my camera cut off, so I'm going to do this again. I may be repeating myself, but that's a good one. Don't forget, next Sunday, we will be screening the WWE pay-per-view Elimination Chamber in the store. It starts at 7:30, ends at 11 o'clock. The doors will be open at 7:30. You don't have to pay for it. Like, the store will pay for the pay-per-view. But you don't. We're not charging tickets or anything, so no one has to pay when they come on in. It's free to watch. I just want to make that sure everyone knows that. So please come on in. Have fun. Be rowdy. Be ruckus. If there's kids involved, and parents, if you're bringing kids, which they are more than welcome, I promise we will watch our language, which anyone who watches pay-per-view should know. If you watch any pay-per-view and or Raw, SmackDown, TNA, anything, we can get rowdy while watching the shows. You know, sometimes colorful language will come out. But however, if we have children in my store during it, we will. Every single one of us will just no foul potty humor or potty language. And frankly, I'm doing one better. Kids, and I know it's in a room, you know, the wrestlers can't see it, but kids, come on in if you want to make signs for your favorite wrestler. If you will come in wearing your favorite wrestler's gear, come on in. Come on in. We'll have a contest. We will have a contest. We will take pictures on a Facebook page. We may even have a WWE trivia night Sunday, like a trivia contest. We'll do the same thing we did for the Doctor Who screening. Not as big, obviously, because we don't have that much. We don't have a lot of wrestling merchandise to give away. But I'll see what we can do. But no, please, come on in. The more enthusiastic, the better. I love it. I love hanging out with, I love watching pay-per-views with my friends, as well as other people who are equally as enthusiastic. So please come on in. And if you don't want to come in, fine. But we all know people who, even if you don't like wrestling, I know you know people who do like wrestling. Tell them about it. Let them come on in. You know, if they've never been to our store before, they can experience the store before for themselves. It's fun. Please, we're going to have snacks, drinks, because you know what it's a pay-per-view without a bowl of chips and pretzels and some soda. I mean, really, it can't be done. You know who watches pay-per-views without snacks? Al Qaeda. It's who does it. I'm telling you. Watching without snacks, it's not decent. It's not American. That's right, I said it. So, please come on in next Sunday at 7:30. Have fun. Have a blast. And also, when it comes to future events, because, as I said, the Bazaar, I think went well because we had the people who did show up had a blast. We did awesome with sales, so I think that worked. Granted, dude, so I'm thinking because of that, I want to do future things. I want to do weekly events personally, but I want to know, what do you guys want to do? What kind of events should we have in the store? Let you guys know that. when you come in, um, when you guys come into Panther Collectibles, we have a TV in the store now, and there's always DVDs playing. There tends to be a theme, like last week's theme. I had superhero movies going, or superhero shows. I just finished watching the TV show Superboy from the late 80s, early 90s, which is a show I grew up on, which is still an amazing show. If you guys ever get a chance to look for it on YouTube, just watch it. It's awesome. Especially if you've never seen it. Look for the two-parter, Roads Not Taken. It's an amazing two-parter about multiple dimensions and alternate realities and such. It's so well done. So, if you guys have an idea for themes of stuff that, you want to come on in and watch some shows, that's awesome. That's fine. We wouldn't mind having it. If you're like, oh, Mike, could you show episodes of Highlander? Let's just say, because I own Highlander. And I'm like, all right, awesome. I'll bring it in. You come on in, we'll watch. Now, granted, I can't show Game of Thrones because this is a family store, and that's not a family show. And I can't show Walking Dead, kind of for that reason, because although it's on basic cable, it's still pretty gruesome, and it's more of a late night show thing. And also, I don't own any of it, so I can't show it. Or if you guys are like, oh, why don't you show certain episodes of Supernatural? Okay. Granted, some episodes I'd have to show later in the day. So, to make sure there aren't kids coming in, I have to be sensitive to that. But please, let me know in the comments below or on our Facebook page. Again, at facebook.com/Panther Collectibles. Please let us fill my head with ideas and suggestions. So I noticed you guys see this green fuzzy guy on my table right now. Probably thinking, Mike, why do you got Pokemon on the table? I'll tell you why I got Pokemon on my table. Got Pokemon on my table because lady and her two daughters came in yesterday. They're very friendly. They're regulars in our store. I wish I could remember their names, but I don't remember names. I'm terrible at names, so I give everyone nicknames. But they came in yesterday, and one of her younger daughters, she was Clara. She dressed up as Clara for our Doctor Who screening. She came in and handed me this green fuzzy guy right here and a pair of Boo Halloween sunglasses, and said I can keep them, that they're mine, that this guy right here is our new mascot. So, being a mascot, I need to give him a name. Yeah, I know. And he's a Pokemon, he already has a name, it's blah, blah, whatever he shouts when they release him out of the Pokeball. Get it? However, I don't want that. I don't want him to start around, I don't want his name to be whatever his race of Pokemon is. That's silly. Don't like that. There's no personality. So, this guy right here, I want to give him a name. I want to give him a name that, that he would answer to. I know a lot of you guys are thinking, Mike, why are you wasting time with this? Well, because I think it'd be fun to have my viewers, my Panther faithful, so to speak, come on in, not come on in, but just, via the comments section here or go on our Facebook page, give them a name. And depending on how this works, I will pick the top 5 names that I like, and then we'll put it to a vote. And the winner of the vote, that will be his name, but the person who suggested it, who suggested the name-winning contest, will get a little something from the store. Probably little percentages off on sales. I don't know what exactly yet, but I'll keep posted. Fill my head with suggestions and ideas. Tell me what you want to see in the store, and tell me what you like to do. What do you find fun? I don't know what kids find fun. I'm 35. I have no idea. I'm pretty good with the nerd pop culture stuff, but by the way, guys, when I say nerd pop culture, I mean nerd in the most affectionate way possible. I'm a dork. I'm not a nerd. I'm not smart enough to be a nerd. But as much as I'm sure it's going to surprise everyone to hear this, I was an outsider in school too. And I feel like, Mike, wow, that's amazing. You know, you'd be hanging with a popular crowd, and I'm like, ha 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 ha, you're drunk, because I know. The only time I hung out with the popular crowd is when they needed someone to push into a locker or needed someone to cheat up a test. So, but no, I was definitely part of the outer fringes, and I liked it that way. So please keep that in mind whenever I say nerd, fam, or whatever. I mean that with the utmost affection. You're my people. But be that as it may, I don't know everything. Like, I understand, I follow a lot, but like when it comes to anime, I am clueless. Absolutely clueless. I stopped watching anime around the time of Trigun. Trigun's the last anime I watched full through and loved. Everything else I tried. I don't want to say I outgrew it, because that sounds kind of condescending. But it's the best way I know how to put it. It stopped interesting me. I'll put it that way. But no, when it comes to anime, I got out of it. So I don't know what's popular. Like, we have stuff for Black Butler. I have no idea what Black Butler is. Like, I know it's an anime, but I have no idea what it is. We have it. And I feel kind of like a sellout for having something I have no idea what it is. But that's me, because I like to have things in the store that I'm familiar with so I can help promote it. And, you know, oh, hey, it's this. And blah, 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 blah. I have no idea. So please, anime fans, you want to see more anime stuff in the store. And again, Batgirl, we're getting more stuff in, hopefully by April or May. But let us know what's popular. What do you guys like? Like, what shows do you watch? What merchandise do you like to see us carry? And again, I'll put it to a vote. I'll get all the everything, and we'll have we'll have people, they can vote in the store, they can vote online, you know, on our Facebook page. We'll put it to a vote. And then top 3 or 4, you know, and again, by the way, you know, if, let's say, bringing more Sailor Moon stuff wins, let's just say. But yeah, right below that was something like, you know, bring in more, I don't know, more Spider-Man stuff. Well, of course, we'll bring in more Sailor Moon stuff and bring in more Spider-Man stuff if, you know, if they're our top 2. And even the ones who didn't get a whole lot of votes, like at the end, like if they get more than 1 vote, we'll probably bring it in eventually. Because I want to know. I want us to be a store, again, where you can't find what we have in Target and Walmart unless it's stuff that you guys do want. Like, for example, I mentioned this before, the DC Multiverse figures that came out. I think those are awesome. And I want to carry them in my store because I want to buy them. And if I'm going to buy them, I'd rather pay money to my store. I think they're all awesome. But you can find them at Walmart and Target. Now, let's say you guys wanted us to carry these things. And whether or not, even though we say we're not going to carry everything that Walmart and Target has, we will bring in certain things if there's enough demand for it. Again, that's just me. You know, I think we need to bring in more wrestling figures because we're almost sold out of our used ones. And I love wrestling figures. Like, I'm a big wrestling fan. I love wrestling. The wrestling action figures now are awesome. They're highly detailed. So, you know, but I don't know how much demand there is for it. So please let me know. Let us know if, like, I'll post our ideas on Facebook, or even put it on the show, and then let you guys tell us if we're on the right track or if we're on the wrong track. Like I'll do one right now. The Warhammer table we have. We have a Warhammer table in the back. You guys know that. I've been promoting it, posting it everywhere, and no one's coming in to play. So I have 2 questions. How do we fix that? Like, how do I get people to come in to play? Like, what do I need to do? Like, what do I need to get people to come in to play? Like, what would entice them? What would you want? And the other one is, really, do I try to fix that? Like, is it something that is worth me pursuing? Or should we stop trying and then go somewhere else with it? And again, and I know, again, I'm just curious because I don't play Warhammer, so this is something else I'm not familiar with. I would love to. I'd love to learn. Honestly, I would because it looks like a fun game. And I love the models. I was buying the models. But, and again, please let me know. Let us know in the comments. Let us know on the page. So again, you guys got a lot of homework assignments this week. But please keep the dialogue going. I'm really going to leave this time. I swear. And I covered everything I need to cover, so don't forget all your homework assignments. Join Panther Army. Name this guy. Fill our inboxes, our heads, with suggestions and comments about what you want to see in the store, what we should carry, if any other kind of busts you would like. Pardon me. Don't forget, Elimination Chambers next Sunday. And also, with Supernatural, funniest episode or moment, saddest episode or moment. Who's sexier, Sam or Dean? Please, keep the comments going. I love every single one of you. I really do. I'll see you next week at 2 and 2. And as always, kids, don't forget, buy snacky cakes.